Commanders Nation. It is Thursday, December 5th, and we are back to regularly scheduled programming as our young rookie phenom, Jaden Daniels, has been named Pepsi Zero Sugar Rookie of the Week for the 8th time this season. Let's talk about it. What it do, y'all? How y'all doing in the chat? It is Thursday afternoon, and our guy just got his 8th accolade in the Rookie of the Year category this season after taking a 3-week hiatus. Bo Nix won the last 3 Rookie of the Weeks when we were on our 3-game skid. It is back in Ashburn at Ortho Virginia Training Center at Commanders Park, where it belongs for the 8th time this season. Jayden is now one shy of the NFL record, I believe, held by Justin Herbert, which is 9 times, and 10 would be the official record. We got 4 weeks left to get it done. How are y'all doing? This stream and all videos this season are brought to you by our sponsor, BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, home of the fastest payouts in the industry. 150% match bonus on your first deposit using promo code YouTube150, 125 on deposits 2 and 3. Please bet responsibly. How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? You know, we're back into the swing of things. It's the bye week blues. We don't have a game this week, but it's all good. How are y'all feeling today? How are y'all's weeks going? Week 14 is getting started tonight with a phenomenal game. Everybody should have their Honolulu blue pom-poms ready so we can cheer for the Detroit Lions, because we need the Green Bay Packers to lose a couple games. So there's a possibility we could jump in the seating as long as we take care of business. What up? What up? Zohan, Todd, Locked on Law, of course, always holding it down. This fan voted award shit doesn't mean anything. It means something to me. It means something to me, Law. It means something to me. I will take it. I will take it. I will take it, man. You know, I'll take it. We're in year 1 of this thing. While we've had success, I will take all the love we can get. And he's number 1 in the Pro Bowl voting for the NFC. I will take all of it. I'm not going to take any of this for granted because we've had Jags for so long. I will take it, bro. We've had quarterbacks here for so long that I wouldn't even vote for. Fan or not. What up, man? What's up to Define? How we doing? You know? Daniels, the one to choke the last 3 games he played. You're a fan of the New York Giants. You don't have a say in football. Please go talk about the draft. Nothing you have to say means anything in this chat. I'm just letting you know. Don't waste your time. We don't care. We don't care. If you're a fan of the New York Giants, you don't have a say in football fodder until the year of 2025. Enjoy your Christmas, pack your bags, and enjoy your family. We do not care. Oh, man. What's up, y'all? How we doing, man? Against bad and mid teams, he runs through them so clearly. Bad teams ain't on our level, and the best teams barely get by. We'll be all right. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. How y'all feeling? We got the New Orleans Saints next week. I don't know if y'all seen Adam Peters when doing his weekly radio show. He talked about Marshawn Latimore. I believe it was Nikki who posted it. Let me find this real quick. Marshawn Latimore is back next week, y'all. We're finally going to see what a secondary led by Marshawn Latimore looks like next week. So there's obviously plenty to discuss today. Let me pull that up on the screen right now. I'm excited to see Sean, man. And he may not come out the gates killing it, but I think we'll see the difference very early on. We wanted to get him for not only this year, but as long as we can, really. He's got 2 more years on his contract, and the way he's played, we wanted him to be a Commander for a long time. So there it goes, man. Our GM's talking about it. Quarterback Adam Peters is back. You can hear the joy in his voice again. Our quarterback, another Rookie of the Week. After a phenomenal game, he had his best game of the season. Yards-wise, he didn't have to go crazy, but he threw for 3 touchdowns and ran for another. The rushing touchdown, meant as much to me as the passing touchdown, because y'all saw what our offense was looking like earlier this year where his legs were a threat. When Jaden's legs are actually a threat, defenses don't know, they don't know, they can't stop us. They don't stop us. So you can see the swagger's back. You can see the confidence is back, and his belief in his body and in his legs again tells me we're going to be just fine, yo. We're going to be just fine, y'all. I'm excited. Should we re-sign Noah Igbenogany? Not even going to try to spell that junk. Yeah, that shit is a whole mouthful. It is a whole mouthful. Let me see how free agency plays out. Let me see. He shouldn't cost much at all. So we're talking pennies to the dollar. So sure, bring him back. But let me see what type of real shopping we're going to do first. Let me see what type of top tier free agents that we could possibly attract. But sure, bring him back for depth purposes. You know who I'm not bringing back? Benjamin St. Juste. Latimore is such an upgrade. He is a significant upgrade. That boy Rio clean this episode with the Major Tutty fade. The Major Tutty fade is crazy. I be wondering who the person playing Major Tutty is, because clearly this is a tall person. This is like a 6'4" person. He gives me, that's a brother under that costume. He gives me the energy that's a brother under that joint. He be hitting certain dances and just the fluidity of the movement. I'm like, that's one of us under there, man. Appreciate you, my guy. I seen you as well. I seen you on IG. My boy Clean out here. What it do, bro? It's always a hater. Oh, that means you're doing something right, Sean. If you ain't got haters, you're not doing enough. If you don't have people that dislike you just for existing, just for merely existing, thriving, succeeding, you need to do more. You need to do more, man. Appreciate you. Major, hey, shout out to Reedy and Z. Make sure y'all sub up to Reedy and Z, by the way. Major Tutty fade is hilarious because where's Major Tutty faded? Where is fade? His fade. And if my fade is like his, then I need to go back to the barbershop because Tutty ain't got no blend in his fade. Tutty got the Emmanuel Forbes, Robert Griffin Sr. fade. The father, Robert Griffin. Yo, did y'all see that video that the Rams put out with Emmanuel Forbes yesterday, man? You know, we as a fan base, we went through the full ride of the Emmanuel Forbes experience, and seeing that boy in practice uniform with his little legs out for the first time, it's something to behold because you're not used to seeing professional football players built like your 12-year-old son. And Rams fans were like, oh, is this Photoshop? Is that really his body? Ain't no way. Like seeing them react in real time, I was like, that's your problem now. That is your problem now. Y'all figure out how to get this bag of bones onto the football field. Best of luck to Emmanuel Forbes, but that shit is hilarious, yo. Just reading through the comments of that shit had me geeked. That shit had me dying. Let me find this Forbes video because that shit is actually hilarious. That shit is actually hilarious. Man, Emmanuel Forbes, man. Good old Forbes. Commanders legend, Emmanuel Forbes. I wonder what Ron thinks about his time in Washington, like his draft pick. Like, honestly speaking, what does he think? All right, here we go. First practice for Emmanuel Forbes. Look at this guy here. Look at this guy. That looks like a breakout cornerback to y'all. That looks like he's about to go crazy. For us, this is a normal video. We know what Emmanuel Forbes looked like. To them, this is their first time seeing him. Emmanuel Forbes looks 100. He's a welterweight. Emmanuel Forbes is a 147-pound welterweight fighter. My God. But this isn't a surprise to us. We know exactly how Emmanuel Forbes came into the league, and he continued. There's nothing you can do about that. That type of frame is going to be there all the time. This is just who he is at this point, you know? You know, we feel like we're right at home, right? When it's just clicking and JD5 is balling, we're good to go. And We're finally going to see what should be the best player on Washington's defense being unveiled when we go up to New Orleans next week. What is you guys' confidence level? 1 through 10. Let me see in the chat. What is your confidence level Washington finds its way into the postseason? And if they do get in the postseason, whether that's a one or done or not, are we going to make a little noise? Are we going to be a hard out? Give me your confidence level 1 through 10 of what your confidence level is in this team going forward, because I'm at like a 7.5 right now. 7.5 is my confidence level in this team going forward. I think we're going to make the playoffs. Right now, we have what, a 71% chance of making the playoffs, I believe. Let me find that playoff percentage chart or graphic that I seen earlier. Commanders playoff chances. Give me 1 second. Smash that like button too, by the way. We're over 350 in here on a Thursday afternoon. Washington don't got no game this week, but we here though. Noah hemoglobin. Or do what the junkies did. Noah blah blah blah, like they do with Nikki's name. Yo, Nikki gotta square up with one of the junkies for calling her Nikki blah blah blah. Nikki has taken over Washington media. She's the clear one seed of news breaking and information for this team locally, and it's not even close. Like, she has surpassed Kime. Like, it's her. It's a black guy. I've met his parents at training camp. Oh shit, I need to meet Tutty, man. I want to meet the man behind the costume. I would love to have Tutty. I would love to have the guy who plays or who is Tutty. How do you even say that? Who dresses up as Tutty? I would love to have him on the channel and get some of his like feel for game day and all the jokes about him and stuff. Ed might be moonlighting as Major Tutty. Ed tall as shit. If you ever met Ed Oliver in real life, I mean, he played professional basketball overseas and shit. So Ed Oliver tall as hell. Ed Oliver looks like he could be starting at receiver for us, man. Nice knowing you, St. Juice. It's crazy that Michael Davis is getting You know what that tells you about yourself? Because Michael Davis is a very unserious cornerback. They've been slowly phasing out Benny over the last few weeks so he can get used to sitting on that pine when Marshawn checks in, because the 3 starting corners when Marshawn gets back should be Marshawn, Saint Ristil, and Igbenogany. You know? That boy tiny, man. That boy tiny. AP in the chat. Shout out to my GM, Adam Peters. Oh, man. Oh, man. 2 Slim Jim. He looked like 1 Slim Jim. Like them little legs. He got little reindeer legs. Like, why is Emmanuel Forbes built like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Oh, Sunday gonna be lit. We having the chillest day on the channel. It's gonna be Rio Red Zone all day. We loading up the watch party for all Sunday. We just gonna watch all the games, kick it, and I guess we're gonna have a list of teams we need to root against. I don't even want to play the rooting against game too strong. Like, I want the Packers to lose tonight, but because we control our situation. We control our. It was EB from the Junkies who said that. Bickle. Jabwala. Yep, her name isn't even that. Nikki blah 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 is fucking crazy. Like, I would definitely, someone would have to see me at that radio station for that. 30 for 30, the Tutty story, the man behind the hand. That's hilarious, man. I believe he is, man. Adam Schefter told us he's going to be good to go next week. Adam Peters came out today and vaguely said that we're thinking about the future with him, but I think the biggest tell in Marshawn playing next week when we come off the bye is that he remained doubtful up until game time. So he practiced enough that they considered playing him last week. Ed Oliver shorter than me, but he is taller than most. Damn, how tall are you? How tall are you, Law? Man out here like 6'7", low key. Was law the right profession for you, Law? No, you're right. You're right. Law was definitely the right profession. That was a stupid question. Rudolph Forbes. His back pedal is disgusting. All right, let me stop piling. Let me take this off the screen. Let's stop piling on Emmanuel Forbes because we know that boy's been through enough. He's gonna be a DC Defender legend one day, man. I can feel it, man. I feel it in my bones. He's gonna be back. Playoff odds. Let me find this graphic so we can leave Emmanuel Forbes alone before somebody come on here and say I'm bullying. You're bullying Forbes, Rio. You're bullying him. That is a grown man millionaire, and that first round check is going to clear every week. So for those who say that we bully these players and shit, man, like, let fans be fans. I remember a time where fans, we could say all kind of wild, as long as you're not saying no crazy like death threats or shit like that. Let fans be fans again. Like everybody's so sensitive. Like you're not allowed to critique the players anymore. Like, god damn, put your pom-poms down for a second and let's bring fandom back. Let's bring fandom back because that shit blows me. That shit blows me. Every time we talk about if you critique anything about a player's games, you hate him. Oh, my favorite is, man, y'all giving up on this person couldn't be me. Like, no one's giving up on these players. Like, if we say Jayden had a bad game, the fan base is turning on Jaden Daniels. The fan base is giving up on Jaden Daniels. Like, fucking relax. Fucking relax, Sparky. No one's giving up on anybody. Fan is short for fanatics. So sometimes it's going to get a little crazy with the things and the banter and the way that we critique the team. But as long as you don't take it to a place where you're talking about people dying, death threats, and speaking to people's family, then I think it's mostly fair game, whatever you say. Just don't take it to that place. That's a weird place to take it anyway. Like the keyboard like gangsters who say shit like that. Most of those people would never do anything, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, Diddy. Real, you a goat sitting on that pine. Sitting on that pine. There was no double meaning behind that, by the way. I mean the bench. Bears fans are crashing out over another jet. They got a lot more to be crashing. Oh, and by the way, you know, I think we're going to do a watch party for the game tonight. This game tonight is going to be like that. Bears fans crashing out over another Jayden rookie of the week. So the tally goes: Jaden Daniels, 8. Bo Nix, 3 in a row to be specific. Caleb Williams, 0. Drake May, 0. You know, maybe we'll see Michael Penix have a chance to get one because the way that the Falcons are looking right now, they may have to die on the Kirk Cousins hill, but somebody in that building got to be saying, you know, if this Kirk guy, if he's cooked, we did draft a guy top 10. So who knows? It could be Jayden versus Michael Penix in a few weeks when the Falcons come to town. Elise Forbes got out that dumbass 13 at corner. I saw that he was supposed to be wearing 36, and then he shows up to practice in a 20-something number, but it's a bag of bones over there. Best of luck for those guys. But what is y'all's confidence level, man? 2 years is good. The man is 28. Yep, you're going to take him up to about his age 30 season, and I'm here for it. I think they're saving Luke for the playoffs. I think you get guys. The cat is out of the bag. Luke does get open on a consistent basis. He plays hard. They're not saving Luke. They're not saving Luke. The quarterback doesn't like throwing the ball to Luke McCaffrey. They're not saving him. They're not saving Ben Sinnott. They're not saving Luke McCaffrey. These are things as fans that we make up to try to push narrative. They're not saving these guys, man. Ford's helmet weighs almost as much as he does. Oh, no. Oh, we got to leave that guy alone. He looked like he'll run a mean marathon. A mean marathon. Forbes looks like one of the kids on the no, not to feed the needy kids, not to feed the African children commercial kid. I did used to call him Make-A-Wish Manny in our group chat, man. I'm going to leave that boy alone now that he's not here anymore. Fans are becoming softer than the league. That's why it's like we're not even allowed to fan anymore. Guess whose birthday it is today? Is it your birthday, Jared? If it's your birthday, happy born day, my guy. Happy born day. Did I see him? Yeah, I seen him on the Janky Rondo. Yeah, I know. And That was such an awkward exchange. Everything about the Forbes Janky Rondo conversation looked forced and awkward. Like Forbes looked like he was at gunpoint to come on that line. It was uncomfortable as hell. If you think this is bullying, you don't know what I say about Benjamin St. Juice. Oh, that Benjamin St. Juice slander be real as hell, man. Yeah, people not even allowed to have opinions no more. I mean, some opinions are egregiously awful, but you're all able to have your own. Eagles fans talking about how we gave up on Dotson. Dotson isn't elite and doesn't fit what they're trying to build, and they should know that by now. Yep. I mean, imagine the state of a roster where you're the new general manager for a football team, and they ask you, hey, Adam, what do you think of the current state of the Commanders roster? A guy so articulate, a guy so eloquent in his speech, had nothing to say for 4 to 5 seconds. He had to sit there because if he would have spoke as soon as the question was answered, he would say it fucking sucks. The roster fucking sucks. The guy has come here and in 11 months cut 2 former first rounders, traded the other one, and traded a fan favorite Jag in John Ridgeway. Adam Peters don't give a fuck about the roster. He wants new everything, man. Jared, happy birthday if it's your birthday, my guy. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? December 18th is our quarterback's birthday. Don't forget to crank that DMX on your speakers. Oh, Jayden's birthday is December 18th? What's going on, man? When I went to camp this summer, I couldn't believe how small Forbes and Dotson were. Dotson actually put on some good muscle mass, too. Jared, you're talking about your birthday, right? Who y'all got tonight? I hope it's the Packers. I hope it's the Lions. We need the Packers to lose some games. We need the Packers to lose a couple. And fortunately, the NFC North, they got to run through each other a couple times before the end of the season. It's definitely feeling like a watch party night tonight. Yes, sir. What Luther say, never too much, never too much, never too much. Yeah, we got to get some content this week. So for sure, I'm thinking watch party tonight for Lions Packers. That will be lit. They paid, coming off of his Achilles, man. That boy looking real cooked right now. That boy know how to get his money. Darrelle Revis and Kirk, ultimate bag getters in the NFL. I got Green Bay winning tonight. I could see it, but I hope they lose. They were crying about it when it happened. Now they're relieved. Yep. Who will have a better career, Forbes or Dotson? I'm going to say Jahan Dotson because I don't see Forbes doing anything, and at least Dotson can say his rookie year happened. But, man, we're going ass for ass on that one. Luke is an ongoing tragedy on the field every week. He be open, though. He be open. I don't know what he did. Jayden hates that. He does not throw him the ball. I thought you were about to say a Jamaican bobsled guy. I thought they was going to say Forbes looked like one of the guys from Cool Runnings. St. Jude's has 4 more games in burgundy and gold. We clap it up for that. We clap it up for that. St. Jude's only got 4 more weeks as a Washington Commander, and for that, I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful. Hey, y'all, let's let that man Forbes breathe a little bit, man. Let's let that man Forbes breathe a little bit. What am I going to do with you? First of all, buying a Forbes jersey is crazy. My boy Josh bought one too. I'm going to bring that up when I go live on this channel later. Did you hear that what Daryl Green said about Forbes? Now, what did he say? I remember that video of the old grandma lady when Forbes got drafted. She was like, you need to put on some Daryl Green, Phil. You need to study the greats. And I remember at the time I was like, why is this old lady coming at our first round pick crazy? I'm sorry, Grandma. I didn't see the vision. I did not see the vision, Grams. You was on it. You was on it earlier than most of us. Graham saw the vision. She told him immediately, well, you better pop on that Daryl Green tape and study the greats, Emmanuel. What they say, silence is golden, because otherwise Peters would have said one word: ass. Ass. Rio, you're a hater. Benjamin St. Juice, if he was allowed to play football, he would be the best in the league. Refs just hate him. You're either a family member or you have an unhealthy obsession with this player, because you could not be more wrong, respectfully. Benjamin St. Juice doesn't have haters, brother. You got to be doing something right to have haters. He doesn't do much right. He doesn't have haters, man. John Ridgeway and Chase Young revenge game coming up versus the Saints. They about to go crazy for a combined 3 tackles and a half a sack. You know how crazy that's going crazy for them. Like, if Chase gets a half a sack and 2 tackles, he went off. He gonna be doing all type of celebrations and shit on the field. You better hide him from Bourbon Street after that one. Juice would be the best what in the league. He ain't believed that shit. He ain't believed that shit at all. Oh, man. Jayden did say that shit. It's to send him back to Canada. You just see some of the shit that we say in the group chat that definitely could not be said on stream and in our post-game video. It gets real ugly in there, man. Lions don't play with their food much, but this is divisional. And we saw on Thanksgiving, they do play with their food sometime, and there are chinks in the armor. There are chinks in the armor. They're beatable despite the fact of how great they play. Hit the like button one time. Smash the like button. We almost got 500 in here. Thursday afternoon stream. The main reason we're here is because our quarterback won his 8th rookie of the week, but it's also bye week. So we're just talking about everything that came out over the last couple of days. Guys, I don't know if Austin Ekeler plays football again. Am I wrong to say that? I think for the betterment of himself, I can see him having a very successful and fruitful career in media or doing something, running his mouth, because he's very articulate and intelligent, all that good stuff, and he makes good moves off the field. Austin Ekeler may be done playing football, guys. Do I think Deontay Johnson wanted to be here? I don't know if there was a specific team he wanted to be traded to, but wide receivers be going to die in Baltimore. Zay Flowers fits what they do, because Zay Flowers is not necessarily a high volume receiver. I'm going to make something shake in 5 to 7 targets. Deontay Johnson wants the ball in his hands. And in Baltimore, unless you're a running back or a tight end, you are not the priority over there. So I can see why Deontay Johnson is disappointed. You can't not go in the game when you're told to go in the game, even though this happens a lot more prevalently than fans know. Like, this happens a lot. It just always doesn't come out. It's more of a we keep it in house type situation. But it happens more than people know, that players be like, fuck that, coach. I'm not going back in the game. I don't know where he wanted to be, and I appreciate your channel membership, but he don't want to be in Baltimore already. He will not be re-signing with them. Brock Bowers has your vote already. Brock Bowers is so good. Brock Bowers is number 4 in receiving in the NFL, not for tight ends, not for rookies, not for rookie tight ends, at wide receiver. Wide receiver. Crazy. Crazy, man. What up, Kev? What up, Kev? Jamar Chase, you are a commander. If only. Unfortunately, I think he's getting a historical bag as soon as the season finishes. But the other guy could be. The other Bengals receiver could very well be a Commanders. He said he could have fixed them in a couple of days. I remember he said that his rookie. He did say that his rookie year. I thought that was something new he said about him. And I like Darryl Green's confidence in his abilities. I don't think he could have fixed them, because sometimes you can't fix what's broken. Something that's broken and should have never been drafted as the 16th pick in the draft, you can't make chicken soup out of everything. Jayden needed that rookie of the week, not Bowers. Don't get me wrong. I love Brock Bowers. Watching Brock Bowers just makes me want a tight end. And I know Brock Bowers level tight ends don't grow on trees, and there's not one of those in the upcoming draft. But I'm looking at that Michigan tight end and that Penn State tight end, like what could be? Because boy, when Jayden gets him a playmaking, dynamic tight end, when 5 gets one of those, it's gonna be a problem here, man. Because Jayden's putting up these numbers with one good receiver, a injury-prone running back room, a pretty decent offensive line, an old man, slow as molasses tight end. Wait till we get some more going on over here, man. Wait till we get some more going on over here. What if he really does have an egg he keeps before he goes on the field? The Jamaican bobsled team. Cool runnings. Cool runnings Forbes is crazy. Benjamin St. Juice is the best at giving up. He is the poster child for not getting your head around. If they release him, do you bring him in for a workout? Why not? Why not? We loading up for the playoffs right now. We should be asking Adam Peters in the chat. How do you feel about a year or two of Mark Andrews? Sign me up. Sign me up, because a year or two of him is a better step than Ertz, and Ertz actually has a good rapport with the quarterback. Sinnott is the guy, just needs some time. What if the Kyle Juszczyk shit is true? What if Ben Sinnott is just the fullback of their dreams and they don't want him to be an inline tight end? What if that is the case, how do y'all feel about that? If he ends up being our Kyle Juszczyk, do y'all feel like, we were talking about this on Commanders Kings, me, Louie, and Rico a couple days ago. If Ben Sinnott ends up just being our full-time fullback guy, like Kyle Juszczyk is for the Niners, do y'all think that second-round pick was worthy? Liked Bucky Irvin in the draft, but we need to draft a quick, shifty running back to help. And boy, are there some running backs in this class coming up. There are so many running backs available for Washington next year. One will be put on this roster. The best. Hey, man, cocaine is a hell of a drug. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Is an undefeated December reaching? I'm not going to hold you. I could sound like a bitch for this. I can't count us beating the Philadelphia Eagles. I have to see that for my own eyes. I have to see it with my own eyes. But I think a 3-win December could happen as long as we don't play with our food. We should beat the Cowboys, the Saints, and I think we should beat the Falcons. Will we? I don't know. We're going to see. To be determined. We could be getting a rookie quarterback when we play the Falcons, man. Sinnott can't get in the field over a 34-year because maybe they don't want him on the field, because maybe they don't see him as an inline tight end. I think that's a possibility a lot of us are not really open to at the moment. Austin Eckler should be wearing the Guardian cap if he returns. He's not coming back this year. Y'all heard him on the radio the other day. Austin Eckler is not playing football again this year. And it got me thinking, because he was talking about his odds after getting 2 concussions, getting a third one at 30 years old, playing the most pounding position on the field that's not a lineman. Austin Eckler has to seriously consider not playing football again. That's my personal opinion, but I don't know. I definitely don't see him back. Zach Martin's out for the season. That's tough for them, but it didn't matter when Washington played them. Wide receiver is Kim Kardashian's pet name, right? I'm definitely I'm starting to think like some of that conversation. I don't know if y'all heard it. I think it was on 106. I don't remember what network it was on. He sounded like a guy that is unsure that he will play football again. The running back out of Boise State, if Eckler doesn't play again, he's a Heisman. Oh, Ashton Jeanty. That boy's a dog. He's a dog for real. Loveland, yeah. Loveland and Warren, the tight ends for Michigan and Penn State. I'm looking at them with hard eyes right now because I would love one. Colson, I always forget his name. Colson, Loveland, and Tyler Warren. They're not Brock Bowers, but boy, I would love to have one of those, man. Yep. The record is 9 by Justin Herbert. 1 more ties it, 2 more breaks it. We got 4 games to do so. It'll be tied after the Saints game. I would love that. Would love that. Penalty St. Juice. A legit tight end. Woo! Look out. Look out, man. What are y'all's expectations for Marshawn Latimore's first game in DC? What do y'all think? You don't take him that high to be a fullback. I agree with that. I agree. Me and Lou, we saw it differently because I said if he ends up being Kyle Juszczyk is like somewhat of the heartbeat of the Niners offense, but it's 2024. And if we took a fullback in the second round, I'm scratching my head about that shit. I'm scratching my as a blocker, yes, Bates is a monster. He's like an offensive tackle adjacent. I don't ever want to see John Bates get the football ever again. I don't ever want to see John Bates get a tight end screen, a crossing route, an in and out, a slant. Just put his hand in the dirt and tell him to attack. I don't ever want to see that, man. AP seen Ben in 34 at Kansas State and said, "Yep, that's my guy. That's our juice." What if that's all they see him as a fullback? And Kyle Juszczyk, he catches passes and he catches tight ends from time to time for the 49ers. If he is a tight end, then what? He does. He's a big part of their offense. So I know we see the position fullback and we want to push back at that shit because fullback is almost a lost art in this league. But what if he's a really good fullback? Does that make it okay? I don't know. Listen, I'm going to read this as he thought he cooked with this one. I bet Benjamin St. Juice would lock the fuck out of all of you in the chat. He's an NFL cornerback. Kind of stupid ass statement is this? Of course he would. If St. Juice couldn't lock up regular people who work 9 to 5s, what would he be? So your flex is that our starting cornerback can defend the people in the hey man, some of y'all be on the juice, man. Y'all be on the cocaine is a hell of a drug. What's the price tag on Kyle Pitts nowadays? My price tag for Kyle Pitts is not interested. Kyle Pitts be out there assing it up in Atlanta. We keep them at bay until everything falls apart in the fourth quarter. Yep, that's been the motto. We're gonna have to flip that over this last month of the season. We need the guy we took from Canada. Oh, I'm tired of wheelchairs on the sideline in the run section. What have I seen from Senate? He's going to be pretty good. The boy can block. He can block. That's what we know right now. He can block. He sure can block. And if he's a great fullback, then maybe. But in the top 40, that seems nuts, man. I know he's sarcastic. I'm being facetious. All of Ben impactful plays came when he was blocking, and AP mentioned they even said Kyle Juszczyk when they drafted him, guys. So I mean, it's all good, man. Chris Olave is out next week. Marquez Valdez Scantling is on a heater. I always say Scantling when it comes to him, but he's on a heater, bro. He's catching hella touchdown. He's become a touchdown machine. He's like their Nick Westbrook-Akine since he got over there. But yeah, I'm cool on Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is not what he was drafted to be. I'm cool. He's just athletic. I wouldn't be surprised if we went running. I wouldn't be surprised with anything this team does because I think after free agency is done and what we accomplished in 2024, we'll be drafting from a best player available type of thinking, you know? So has Zach Martin played his last game as a Dallas Cowboy? Is he an impending free agent? What do you think the chances are we sign T. Higgins in free agency? I think we got like a 45% chance. I think we have as good a chance as anybody to sign him. I'll say it like this. If we want him, he'll be ours. If we target players in free agency, I think we're going to get them because unlike before, we're not going to have to pay a damn tariff just to get a player to take a meeting with us. I think we're a destination. I think guys want to be here. We're not going to have to go and throw ass at players for them to want to come here. They're going to say, wow, year one of a startup program. These guys got in the playoffs. These guys won double-digit games. They got their quarterback situation situated because as a wide receiver, I know we think wide receivers are fully selfish and they only think about themselves. You got to think about who the quarterback is when you sign somewhere, you know? Like wide receivers were not lined up to go play for Daniel Jones in the New York Giants. Wide receivers may look at Jaden Daniels and say, oh, I want to be a part of that. Jaden's best performance possibly of the year, T. Higgins had a front row view for it. So if we want T. Higgins, he'll be here. I don't know if they're going to want him, though. So that's how I put it. Marquez Valdez slanting is like 50 and Taysom Hill is out. So no Taysom Hill, no Chris Olave. We should tear that ass up. And Marshawn's making his debut. That should not be no shootout or no damn nail-biting victory. Yep, and became great value Brandon Cooks like shit. Like shit. I think it's us or the Pats. Yep, I can see either one. We both got the bread. We both got promising young quarterbacks, but I'm T. Higgins, man. I'm coming to DC. I do think that Pat's job could be interesting, though, because he's going to be the clear-cut number one over there, and that could intrigue him rather than being 1A, 1B with Scary Terry. EB just got fired from UCLA. Did he really? Did EB really get fired? Damn, man. Damn. Guys, there are still people that pop up in the chat from time to time and say, Rio, you're way too hard on EB. If Ron and them would have let EB cook, like, y'all, I told y'all this junior mint whopper head ass coach was never calling plays in Kansas City, bro. He was holding Andy Reid's clipboard. And without the crutch of Andy Reid on his side, we've seen Eric Bieniemy now fail twice in college. He failed as the Colorado OC, and he's now failed as the UCLA OC. And boy, did he fail as the Commanders OC last year. Eric Bieniemy is going to have to be a consultant for the rest of his career. He's never getting play calling duties again. Yikes, man. Shake back, EB. Best of luck out there, man. Peters can finesse a good deal without selling off limbs in the overvalued bag. Yeah, like we can give guys a bag, but if they deserve it, in a bag that doesn't hurt the team in the long run. I think whoever we target, we will be able to land. Players wanted to come here before the season. Imagine after this year's success. Yeah, there were rumors that guys like DJ Reed wanted to get traded here at the trade deadline. Guess who's a free agent? DJ Reed. Yikes. We got to spend that second and third round pick or on Kyron Lacy. Oh, yeah. I want to crash out in that receiver room. And by the way, even if we sign a T. Higgins, that don't mean we can't sign another yak receiver, a yak hardworking receiver in the draft. I cheered and defended him for years. I wanted him. I did too. We don't want the players to fail, man. Like a lot of people take it as hate. Like, fam, we want these dudes to be good. We want every player on. If you're wishing for players on our roster to fail just because you wanted a different player, you're fanning wrong. But once they prove to you time after time who they are, you got to believe it. Sometimes when people show you who they are, stop overthinking it. Believe them because they're trying to tell you something. JD needs weapons. Weapons need JD. They go hand in hand. Something's wrong with some of you celebrating injuries and firings in December. These people have families. These people are going to be paid the duration of their contracts, you know? I mean, we were just talking about fan sensitivity earlier, man. These coaches get fired. These players get fired. They got guaranteed money still good to go. These are millionaires. They're going to be all right. If we can't laugh at a player or a coach getting fired, what can we do? What can we do? We lose our jobs in our regular lives, you know. It ain't funny. It ain't funny, but to someone it is. A job, I had your position filled by the time you take your cubby from your cubicle to the car. That's life, man. That's life. That's life, man. The fall from grace. I'm telling you, man, he should have never tried to dip his water outside of Kansas City or dip his toes in the water outside of Kansas City. He should have stayed there, man. We should have stayed there. We better score at least 30 coming off the bye and got Jayden throwing for 230 and 3 touchdowns. I can see it. You either come off a bye one of two ways. You come out too lax and you come out slow and shaky like the Chicago Bears did when they came to town here, or you come out to bye smoking. I want us coming out to bye like the Eagles did, fully rejuvenated, restored, rejuvenated. Everybody has got their treatment in. I want us coming out to bye smoking. Lock in, y'all. Lock in, y'all. Stop trolling, Dakari. I see what I see this bit you're doing there, man. Yep. Believe your eyes sometime because they tell you the truth even when your head creates doubt. You know? Sometimes a pig is still a pig, even with lipstick. Exactly. She could put the Valencia filter on. She can put all the contouring on that you want to. Sometimes a pig is still a pig at the end of the day, and that's okay. And that's okay. Cliff Kingsbury is still getting head coaching checks a couple years after being fired by the Arizona Cardinals. These men are okay. These people are okay. They're going to be just fine, guys. They're all going to be fine. They are in a very privileged position, and they have jobs where there are only a limited amount of those in the entire country, man. You know? What do you think about sending Jonathan Allen and draft picks to Seattle for DK Metcalf? Sounds amazing. I don't think the Seahawks are going to do it, but that sounds great. It sounds great. Sounds really good. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I think the trading for wide receiver conversation, I think I've used up my last of that for the year. We're not trading. I don't see us trading for a receiver. I think we're going to draft and go get one on the open market. I appreciate you. He's going to show NOLA is his state. Yep, there's going to be a lot of LSU fans. He's probably going to get a very positive reception from the New Orleans crowd as he goes back to the Bayou for the first time. EB enemy poofed out like a genie. He vanished, man. Yikes. Don't put no lipstick on Tutty, though. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. What players are on a one-year deal that we have to re-sign? Bobby Wagner and Jeremy Chin off the top of my head. And I don't think we have to, but I think there will be a strong conversation to bring Zach Ertz back as well. I want a younger guy, but I can see them bringing him back because he's a leader. Y'all want Ertz back? Y'all want Zach Ertz back on another one-year deal? Because for Bobby, I want Bobby to sign another one-year deal, then sign his one-day contract with the Seattle Seahawks to retire and call it a day. Do y'all want that with Ertz? Oh, Dante Fowler Jr. Fowler Jr. There we go. Yes, Fowler Jr. So those are my three. Fowler Jr., Bobby Wagner, and Jeremy Chin. Easily. Cut Payne? Daron Payne is like 26, 25 years old. You cannot cut Daron Payne. He has too much ability, and someone will trade for him. Unlike Jamin Davis and Emmanuel Forbes, somebody will penny up and give you something for Payne. I don't see Payne getting cut or traded. I think the other guy could, but I think the real value if you were to trade one of them would be Payne, because Payne is much younger and much more talented at this point. Definitely sounds like a Madden trade. It sounds good in theory, but then we wake up and it's real life. Yeah, Ertz can go. Ertz cool for just one more year, but as a tight end too. Yes, there we go. I would prefer it if we brought Ertz back because I want Bates back on a deal to be a good blocking tight end guy. I would prefer that Ertz is not our starting tight end next year, man. Ain't enough speed training in the offseason to make me want Ertz starting at tight end again for us, man. I need me a kid tight end or a younger, more explosive option in free agency. I'm going to have to look at that list. Fowler Jr. has definitely earned him another bag here, probably like a 2 or 3 year contract. But so Fowler Jr., Chin, Wagner, Zach Ertz. It's a good list. A good list. Ertz, man. I don't know if I want Ertz back. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't want Ertz back. It means something to have locker room guys, though. It really does mean something to have locker room guys. But at some point, you need a tight end that isn't molasses with the ball in his hand. Like, can I get Ertz back on like the league minimum, backing up a younger tight end? If that's the case, sure. Y'all said no, sir. We do not want him. We do not want that guy back. Y'all said nah. Ertz is the sound his old brakes make when he catches the ball. Hell yeah, that shit do sound like some bad brakes. New brake pads needed every time Ertz is mobile in the open field. I'd rather have Allen over Payne. I'm taking the younger guy. I'm going to take the younger guy in this situation. I think there's a world where they're both back, but I would try to get some assets for one of them, more specifically Jonathan Allen in the offseason coming off an injury. You think we go after T. Higgins, let Ertz walk, and draft a dynamic tight end in the second or third? I think we're going to be in the market for all of the top names that fit what we do here. I do think we're going to make a run at T. Higgins. I feel like they might bring Ertz back, to my dismay, but a tight end needs to be drafted at some point on day 2. Shit, I would even consider a tight end at day 1. I think last year how we tried to have multiple first-round picks, maybe we're going to be picking in the 20s. Maybe we trade back and have no. We need to pick somebody in the first round. Maybe we try to get in there and pick twice on night 1. I don't know. We're going to be in a best player available type position when it's time to draft. Thank God we don't have to talk about all that just yet. See, the bye week, we can sit back for a little bit. We can talk about the draft and free agency and all that. But we've still got relevant football to be played. Like, you know what the nastiest stat I heard that it made me immediately start fact-checking it because it was unbelievable? Sunday versus the Titans was our first home win in December since 2017? And I was like, there's no way. I think it was since 2017. Was it 2017? And then it went back, and I went game by game since 2017 and was like, ew, we haven't won a home game in December in 7 years. Our last win in December was like 2021. Like, damn, we really had us some crash out seasons here. It was versus like the Raiders, the game where Logan Thomas hurt his leg, hurt his knee. That was like our last win in December, and our last home win goes way, way, way back. Like, damn. Payne played well on Sunday versus the Titans. You know, he disappears for weeks, but he looked good this week. Payne could bring money, but he does more than you think. I get it, and I get his role, but he disappears for a lot of the season, but he's come on as of late. He's definitely come on as of late. No yak Zach. DTs are premium. We can get value for that if we do. I think so. I think Allen could get us some decent compensation. He got a little YN in him, you know. I don't know if this is true. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. He does. Zach Ertz doesn't want to get. Oh, you can tell. We all remember the play we're never going to forget, where he caught a first down to extend the drive and help put us in field position to beat the Steelers. My man hopped on a whole ass knee. Zach Ertz gets down in a hurry and a heartbeat when that ball touches his hand. Is Cleveland Farrell on a 1-year contract? I think I'm letting him walk. I think I'm letting him walk too. You know, I think we can find another. I think Jean-Baptiste Javonte Jean-Baptiste can be Cleveland Farrell. You know? Noah as wide receiver 3, sign me up. That's what he is, a wide receiver 3. Yeah, Payne is not going anywhere. Deron Payne will be here. He will be here to play that contract out. Ertz and Father Time are holding hands and singing Kumbaya 100%. What do I think Ben Sinnott's role is? Kyle Juszczyk. Until I see different, he's a fullback. Mark Andrews is a free agent. He's not even what he used to be. I would take him. I would take him in a heartbeat. Sleepy Davis. You talking about old Sleepy Davis. I'm cool on Cleveland Farrell. I'll let him walk, man. Sleepy Davis, man. Shout out to Fred Davis. My man was coming to camp late on his first day and shit. I don't care how old Terry is. He can stay for 10 more. Lifetime contract. And then when the lifetime contract finishes as a Washington lifer, put a polo and a headset on him. You're here to stay. You are going to work with, you're next to host command center. Terry needs to be here for life. Lifetime deal. And put a headset on him, throw him in the booth, throw him in the studio with Smoot and Santana, because Terry don't ever need to go nowhere. Louvu's on a 3-year deal. That boy's not going to. Louvu got me thinking about his next extension, and we don't even got to talk extension for a couple years with that guy. Bring in Greg Olsen to coach. To coach. We're going to bring him out the booth because he's damn sure ain't playing football in 2024. Who are we rooting for while being on the bye? Tonight, we are rooting for the Detroit Lions to beat the Green Bay Packers. Whoever plays the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. But I'm not really – the only teams I'm really rooting against are the Packers and the Vikings. I don't think the Vikings are going anywhere, but the Packers could end up slipping. The 6th seed means something to me because the 6th seed, you're either playing the divisional winner from the – the NFC West or the NFC South. I will take that shit in a heartbeat. The hell happened with Dorrance Armstrong? What you mean, like production-wise? Because he creates and he applies pressure, but statistically and production-wise, it's been a minute since he's had one of those days. Maybe the injuries affected him because he was out for a little bit. Brock Bowers is the oldest, youngest rookie I've ever seen. Brock Bowers looked like he's 37 with a house of 7 children, but he's a baller. Him and Bo Nick's old ass. Ertz ass slower than a sloth. I'm good on that. I'm cool on it too. Where's Logan Thomas? Not saying, just saying. Is he on a roster? I don't know. He may just be enjoying life with that beautiful family he has. Beautiful family. Very nice too. Crazy, but Ertz have better numbers than Andrew. The Ravens offense is strange. The Ravens offense is strange, and numbers don't tell the full story of that. 10 out of 10 people would rather have Andrews than Ertz. You know, I'm cool on it. Cooley, my guy. I wish Cooley was still around. Cooley's out in Wyoming or Utah, cutting logs, coaching high school football and enjoying family life, probably building a house from scratch like he's in the Notebook because he's just a handy guy, handy-hardy guy. Man, I love Chris Cooley. Miss his consistent content on Kevin Sheehan's podcast. Sheehan should be hard to listen to now because listening to Tom Lavero speak just makes me want to pour bleach into my ear holes. Jonathan Allen needs to be traded. Payne not going nowhere, y'all. We're not trading Deron Payne. Jared, you don't want Mark because of a training camp. Because the training camp fight that year? Shit, I want him because of it. I like guys with some fight in them. I believe Sinnott will emerge in year 2 as a receiving tight end. He's already making massive blocks. Saw a couple for Terry last week. It's still too early to know exactly what we have in Ben Sinnott, but I do think it's in the realm of possibilities that he's just a fullback-ish guy. We'll see. Luke McCaffrey, 13 games, 4 starts, 16 receptions on 20 targets, 155, 0 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson, 12 games, 4 starts, 11 receptions, 19 targets, 117. That's crazy. That's crazy. We don't even throw the ball to Luke, and he's having a better season than Han. It's hard to crack that receiver room in Philadelphia. Boy, they got some dogs in there. but getting outsnapped by the Britton Coveys of the world to tell you everything you need to know about where Han stands in the Lord's year 2024. Peters is going to make sure we feel what can be filled in free agency, but not sell our soul. And Peters, we trust. Yes, sir. I agree. Let that boy Chef Peters cook it up. Let him cook it up. Adam, he is old and not that good. What we talking about? Who we talking about? We're talking about Andrews. I want a young tight end. What do I think about Shiloh Sanders? Shiloh's going on day 3 of the draft. Unless the Deion Sanders PR program steps in, I don't think Shiloh's a day 1 or a day 2 guy. I could be very wrong about that. Shiloh looks like a 4th or 5th round pick to me. Or later. What are you, like a 7-year senior? He's like a 7 or 8 year senior. He's not no first round pick. He's not a second round pick or third round. That's a day 3 to undrafted type of guy. The PR program of my daddy is Deion Sanders could get him out there. I don't really see that. I don't really see the Shiloh Sanders hype, but we'll see. Maybe if he kills it in the draft process. I don't think Shiloh's going to be a great tester though. So that December stat for Tuesday, that destroyed me. That shit hurt because when I seen it, I know how ass we've been as an organization, but I was in denial. Like, nah, I think Nikki just got clickbaited and posted it, but Nikki wouldn't do that. Nikki moves differently. So I hopped on the good old Google and searched our results for the last 6 seasons and was like, I had to clutch my pearls for a second. Whoa, we really haven't won a home game in December in 7 seasons. Like, that's so bad, bro. That's so bad. And Phil, shout out to Sheldon Day, one of the biggest surprises on Washington's roster this year. Sheldon Day built like Medea, but he plays with more energy and heart than everybody on the defensive line. Sheldon Day be running around like Luvu on the D-line. Long-ass dreads, crazy number, wild build. Like, Sheldon Day looked like a person you created on Madden just to troll. Like, I'm bored. Let me make this badly built-ass player and, like, crank the speed and crank the agility up on him. Sheldon Day be causing problems in the backfield, man. It feels like every time we're getting a tackle for loss, his big ass is either the person that makes them cut into the tackle or he's there for the tackle. Sheldon Day gets active, bro. He gets active. YN, I like it. I think we low-key need a playmaker. No. It's not low-key. It's not low-key. And this is not a knock. I've said this a few times. I agree with you, E. And I don't think it's a knock to Jeremy Chin or Jartavius Quan Martin to say we need a single high, sideline to sideline, ball hawking, ball skill safety. The way that teams are not in base for majority of games, you can have one of those and still utilize Jeremy Chin and Quan Martin. Also means you could bring Jeremy Chin up in the box more and let Quan Martin and whoever this unnamed safety is go. We definitely need a rangy, I'm not going to say an Earl Thomas, but someone who can play that role for us. You can't get Earl Thomases don't grow on trees. He's a once in a generation type. Ended up being a crash out too, but we could definitely use one of those as well. Definitely, easily. I agree. Last home win in December was Broncos week 16, I think in 2017. That's a long time ago, bro. Like that game, holy shit. We need a pass rushing linebacker. Luvu? Oh, you mean like an edge? Like an edge? Because we could definitely use a young edge, like a game-changing edge. But linebacker? Luvu is him, man. This was our first win over the Titans since 2014. We all remember the last time we saw the Titans before Sunday was that game where Carson Wentz threw the interception on the 1 yard line and had all of us ready to pull our hair out. First and goal from the 1, we pulled the most Washington shit ever for 3 consecutive plays. Who do we draft in the first round? One, I need to see where we're picking. Two, I need to see what the board is. But I think after Chef Peters cooks up a master class in free agency, I think we're going to be best player available at that point. We got to see how that board shakes out. If someone knows what we're selecting or who we're selecting on December 5th, I don't want them working for my football team anymore, because we are not at the desperation point that we used to be where it better be this in April. I think we're going to have flexibility to take the best thing, the best talent that sits on that board, depending on how it shakes out. What do you think about Cody Barton having a hell of a year in Denver? Good for him. Good for him. I know it didn't help playing for Dust Up Del Rio or Riverboat Ron, but he was a Jag here, and he was like a bit more than a Jag in Seattle. Good for him. He's in a good scheme in Denver, and he is going crazy down there. Good for him. It doesn't upset me at all, because last year needed to happen for us to get to this year. Speaking of wide receiver, would I bring Diami back for like the league minimum? But I don't know. I think the cornerback room and the wide receiver room could use a purging, like a serious purging, where like Terry and Luke, for real, if they were the only guys we brought back, I would be fine with it. And if Mike Sanders-Still and Marshawn Latimore were the only corners we brought back, I would be totally okay with that as well. Sleepy Davis, ain't heard that in a minute. That boy was late for his first 2 training camp practices. Boy was just sleeping. That's hilarious. I always pictured Ed Oliver as a short guy. Ed like 6'3", tall as shit. Tall as hell. Terrell definitely can go. I forgot he was on the team. Louvu definitely AP's best move. So talk about Louvu. He has over 80 tackles and 8 sacks. He is a part-time edge rusher, closer to full-time off-ball backer. We're talking about 110. 100 tackles and 10 sacks are in the realm of possibility for Louvu in year 1 with the Commanders. What a guy. What a guy. I remember me and Lou, when we had a Commanders Kings Joan on my channel very early in the process of the offseason last year, we both brought out Frankie Louvu's name, because I remember doing previews with the Panthers. They put Louvu on my radar a couple years ago. And I was like, this guy could use some fresh surroundings. And as good as I thought Louvu could be here, I didn't see this. I was excited to see Louvu play. I didn't see this, though. Nobody could have imagined it. Louvu is so good. He's so exciting. Did y'all watch his mic'd up? His mic'd up was so much fun. His mic'd up was as much fun as I've seen anyone have on a mic'd up all season. We call him the screw loose oos, because how many times have I come on this channel and say, I need a linebacker with some screws loose in his head? I need a linebacker that's not all the way there and just plays with reckless abandon. Frankie Louvu is like the linebacker we've dreamed about. And pairing him up with the most consistent Mike backer the league has seen since London Fletcher and Bobby Wagner, it's been a sight to behold. You know, there are some weeks where our linebackers solely are keeping us in games. And it's beautiful, man, because we deserved it, bro. The days of the John Bostics, the David Mayos, that shit is over, man. That shit is over with. I love it here for us, man. Need to give Tyler Owens a chance. Shout out to Tyler Owens, T.O. Built like a creative player, a cyborg. Forced him a turnover on the kick return last week. Shout out to Tyler Owens, man. When he eventually gets some shake in at safety, he can make some noise himself, man. He can make some noise. I appreciate you, Optimal Focus, for the $2 donation. Now, tell me Sheldon Day not built like Medea, bro. Sheldon got childbirthing hips. He be moving them childbirthing hips around. He's a dog, bro. I wasn't familiar with your game, bro. He flies around, bro. I know one, Rio. His name is Xavier Watts. Ask Josh about him. He's like that. I'm hip. I'm hip. Bring him. Bring him. Bring him. Bring him. If JD5 be getting angry as well when the line goes offside, he'd be mad as hell. You know we be having our best plays drawn up when we having them penalties because Jayden be ready to blow a gasket. I like to see that though because I loved how Brady did not play that shit in his career. I like seeing a rookie quarterback with that type of command. Washington's going to draft Gabe Taylor in the 7th round. What I think is more likely, make Gabe Taylor a priority undrafted free agent. While I love the story in that, he better be a fit for what we do. Like, I enjoy the hallmark story in that. I want who the best player is going to be. You know? I want Kyron Lacy. I like Kyron Lacy in day 2. I like Kyron Lacy in day 2. I need me somebody with some George Pickens energy. Did y'all watch the first episode of Hard Knocks? That shit is good, man. I think the switching the regular season one to focusing on a whole division, it spreads out the focus of the show beautifully. And there's like no room for filler anymore. It's like straight to the shits for 60 minutes straight. That shit's good, man. I don't know if y'all watched it yet. Definitely pop on that Hard Knocks in season because it's good, man. It's really good. I was saddened though because I was thinking there was going to be like some montages of earlier on in the season because we've played this entire division. The Browns, the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Bengals. I'm like, ooh, we're going to see Jayden or Hard Knock. As soon as you turn that hoe on, they straight to week 13. I'm like, damn. I thought we was going to be on that jump, but make sure y'all watch that joint, man. Shiloh, that's a day 3 safety to me. I think it's a day 3, man. There would be insane pressure on Gabe Taylor, but I want the best players here. Good stories sound nice, but Earl Thomas still wants to play. Yeah, Earl Thomas is a nut, man. Earl Thomas. Do y'all remember that story about him and his brother closer to the latter parts? That boy's a crash out, man. Yep, we talked about the EB getting fired from UCLA. Rookie of the year, that man. It's a close race, but, you know, win it. Win it. Now, I mean, because this is what you do, Law. We don't buy this week. We don't play a game this week. So this is shits and giggles week. We just finding shit to talk about because we don't have a game. It's going to hurt my soul to not see us play this week, but we're going to have fun. We're going to do some Rio Red Zone in there. You know? This is about college, but I saw someone defend their team not having a top 25 win by saying, why is it even the top 25 anyway? Why isn't it top 30 or top 50? Top 50 is fucking crazy, by the way. Top 50 is nuts. I know there's so many teams, but that shit is crazy, man. That shit is crazy. We got a lot of football to talk about for the rest of the season, but it's bye week, man. We ain't on shit. We ain't on shit right now. Linebackers being the heart and soul of the team is a 180 change from the last 4 seasons. We had 3rd and 4th string. David Mayo was breaking down the huddles. David Mayo was breaking down the linebackers before they came out the tunnel for games, bruh. Boy, have we come such a long way. I think we're definitely going to bring him back. And he's still finishing up his schooling at Howard, too. He has more than one incentive to want to come back. You know, him and Jayden have such a good rapport. I see no reason why Quinn and Ken Norton Jr. would not make Bobby Wagner a priority going forward. Oh, we ain't appeared nowhere on Hard Knocks, but it was still go. Yeah, we was not on that bitch at all. But it was fire, though. It was fire. And I'm excited to see the rest of it. It feels good to know Washington's going to be a top destination for free agency. Not used to this. Not used to it at all. And it's not going to be just because we're throwing shameless money around like the strip club. It's going to be because people actually want to be here. They believe in what we're building. What up, Maul? What up, Dre? What up, y'all? AJ, what's going on, Trapper Dive? Make sure y'all sub up to Trapper Dive, by the way. You know? Hell yeah. I'm excited as hell for the Washington is going to be on some sort of Hard Knocks next year. I think we're going to volunteer for it because That's good promo. That's good relatability. And we're going to be a league darling, a media darling coming into 2025. Not that that matters, but I think we finally see this team on some sort of hard knock. I don't want the offseason junk, though. They can keep that shit. As much as I would like to have access to Adam Peters and Lance Newmark and Mayhew and them, even though I wish Mayhew wasn't here, but as much as I would like access to see inside in the behind the scenes to their free agent board, their draft board and something, after watching that Giants jump, I want no parts of that. That looked toxic as hell. Like you're literally seeing in real time how your front office feels about you as a player. Look at how the narratives were painted in the Saquon Barkley situation. I want us to be on Hard Knocks desperately. I don't want it that bad. I don't want to be on the off-season one. Selfishly, I would enjoy it, but I don't want that one. That one seems like it could be a problem, man. What do you think about Brock Bowers for Offensive Rookie of the Year? I think he would be the unanimous winner if quarterbacks didn't exist. But unfortunately, with two quarterbacks having really good rookie seasons, he's not winning that joint over. He is going crazy. You're going to see him be all pro, though, which is probably better than winning Rookie of the Year. Bowers should be first team all pro. Easy. And that is going to hold so much more weight than a Rookie of the Year for him. Before this season, I've never thought I would miss Cole Holcomb. This season made you miss Cole Holcomb? Oh, before this season. Okay, I got you. JD5 is elite. Sucking his trophy during the Quiet Storm session. JD5 still in all the Mandalorian coming in hot. Having a record-breaking season right now and best tight end in the league as a rookie. He's a dog with no quarterbacks. He's first team all-pro off rip. And that means more than a Rookie of the Year, to be honest. 2024 season storyline. Title for us. We ain't used to this. Exactly. Can't say act like you've been there before. We ain't. It's been a minute. I'm guessing he's meaning before this season. Come on down in free agency, DJ Reed. Did B-Rob beat the not a home run hitter allegations for a week? And this is what we got to not do. When we see something happen for the first time, we can't, your allegations can't be beat because it happened one time. You know, it's like Forbes when he caught an interception. Oh, Forbes is great now. Y'all said he can't pick. Y'all said he can't flip the field. Y'all said he's not an NFL cornerback. He didn't become any more NFL cornerback because he caught the one pick that was thrown to him. So I feel like that's a real close. I get what you're saying, though. And we do the same thing with y'all said Terry can't run past defenders no more. We got to see it more. We got to see it more. But knowing that B-Rob can hit a wide open hole and outrun safeties, it felt good on Sunday, especially with all the lower body injuries he's taken up this year. It felt good to see him doing so. Would love to see it more. I would not call Brian Robinson a home running hitting back, despite the fact that he hit one on Sunday. You know? That boy Defoe that got banished to the shadow realm. He has been exiled to a special teams player. Wild, man. Wild, man. Dan, he had great reason to not have the oh yeah, Dan was never letting them boys put them cameras around. Like, you are not going to see us denigrate women in this building. You are not going to see us mistreat women and talk crazy around the campus. Can't have that. They might have caught They might have caught a scandal in real time if Dan Snyder's Washington ever hosted Hard Knocks. Y'all can come watch a practice when the Texans come to town, but y'all can't bring that shit here. Thanks for all the love you show my nephew on this channel and other platforms. QB1 JD, we're the family. We all watch you. Hey, I appreciate that, man. You really an unk? That's fire, man. Love the kid. I'm gonna always keep the energy objective. You know, like when he struggles, I'm going to call it out, but we love this kid. We appreciate him, and we want him to be what we've wished for our entire fan lives. As a 33-year-old fan, this guy is the quarterback I've imagined us having for quite some time. Tell them to pull up on the channel at some point in the off season. We got to hook that up, bro. I see him kicking it with Janky Rondo. Tell him come kick it with a real one. Tell him come kick it with a real one over here. We kicking and pushing it this week like Lupe Fiasco, random, but Lupe was not really like his laid-back image. He was supposedly a G. Shout out Lupe Fiasco, man. That's one of my goats. Can someone explain the Bowers hype? He's the best tight end in the NFL as a rookie. He has no quarterback. He got me throwing him the football in Vegas. He's the fourth leading receiver. He's right behind Terry McLaurin in receiving yards as a rookie tight end. Terry's number 3. Brock Bowers is number 4. Brock Bowers has 113 targets in year 1 as a rookie tight end, playing with Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. I hope that explains it for that boy. Different, man. That boy is different, man. That offseason Hard Knock, like you ever just feel like you're getting, it's like watching reality TV. You start watching it and you're like, I don't feel like I'm supposed to be seeing this. Like, I'm not supposed to be seeing something this personal. And I hope it continues. I just hope it's not us on that jump. Show us another team's offseason, man. I feel bad for Cole after, that shit was catastrophic, man. I hate it. You worried about Cliff getting a head coaching job? I hope he stays here. I'm not worried about that, man. If he gets one, I think we're going to have guys primed and I think Brian Johnson, Tavita Pritchard, or David Blau is going to be good to go. I think Cliff interviews. I don't think Cliff takes a job this year. I think Cliff pulls the Ben Johnson, Bobby Slowick, and stays another year. For some guys, that shit could be a damning decision because Bobby Slowick's offense is taking a step back this year, but I think Cliff is back with Jayden to go run it up one more time. What could this look like when we add the essential weapons needed to really take this shit over the top? Because we're watching Jayden with limited assets go crazy in his rookie. What will it look like if we go get a T. Higgins? If we go get his boy Kyron Lacey? If we go add a tight end who's capable of catching the ball and advancing past the stick with a little shake and bake to him? What would it look like? Bostic and Mayo made me miss. I feel that. Heads up, Jayden is fully healthy. He's back here in Cali right now training. Shout out to Cali boy Jayden. Oh, also, I think Jayden dispelled the myth of I can't play in the cold versus the Titans last week. While it was not as cold as anticipated, it was cold. He had the arms out, and he played his best game of the season. So another narrative we can silence along the way. Tell Jayden it's bye week. Tell him pull up on the channel. Tell him to hop on the channel with your boy. It'll probably be in the it'll probably be in the off season at some point if I ever do, but that'll be fire. I got to get Jayden on the channel one day. Free agency going to be so crazy next year. You know what's going to be even crazier? We're going to be playing a playoff game in a few weeks, guys. Let's rein it back in to the season. Exactly. Lawrence, let's rein this shit back in real quick as we start to we got 4 football games left. We currently own the 7th seed of the playoff picture. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. 114 is the record for single season receptions by a tight end held by Zach H. Bowers is going to break it. Okay. Bowers is he should definitely, because they throw the ball to him constantly, bro. Come on, y'all. Let's stay where our feet are. We got 4 games left in this season. You know? The Broncos are turning up. Just like Jayden is in Washington, the Broncos are turning up over there. I don't think they had as steep a hill to climb considering they won 8 games last year and we won 4. So an 8-win team having 8 wins this year, it's cool, but it don't hit like ours do. But I'm happy for Knicks. I want to see this quarterback class be special. But we got 4 games left in this season, y'all. Saints on the road. Eagles at home. Falcons at home. Cowboys on the road. What is your magic number? 2 will get you in the playoffs. 3 will get us 11 wins for the first time since my birth year, 1991. What is your magic number? How many games is Washington winning to close out this season? How many? You know, I think it would be Tavita Pritchard or Brian Johnson, or even David Blau, because he has a very close relationship with Jayden. It'll be one of our assistants. What are y'all thinking? What are y'all thinking? What's the magic number, y'all? Lynn also. Oh, yeah, Anthony Lynn. Yeah, Anthony Lynn would be in the mix as well. I think I want somebody younger and innovative, but he would be in the conversation as well. Shout out to Anthony Lynn and everything he's done with this running game. Our rushing attack is what? 4th in the league right now? Yep. Shout out to Anthony Lynn. Jayden will get better in the cold as years go by. He'll be fine. He's adaptable. He's going to adapt to whatever comes his way. He's going to find a counter for it. But 2 wins will get us in the playoffs. I want 3. I need us to unwash some of those sins of that 3-game losing streak. I need us to beat the dog shit out the Cowboys to close the season. I need us to dog the New Orleans Saints. And to be honest, I would prefer us beating the Eagles over the Falcons. I need 3 wins of these last 4. I would love to know that we could beat the Eagles, because while that 4th quarter skewed how that game looked, we hung it. If we got any pulse at all, like, I'm not even talking about Jayden going crazy. If Jayden gave us anything at all that night, we win that football game. We're not going to be coming 4 days off of being beat up by the Pittsburgh Steelers next time we see them. That game will tell us so much about this team, seeing the Eagles for a second time at home. But I want 11 wins, and that still matters. That shit means something to me. My man said I'm greedy. He wants them all. 11-6. I want it, man. I want 3 of these next 4. I'm going to say Mama's forbidden words. If we beat Philly and win out, oh my God. You know what? We're going to be talking crazy out here if that was the case. I think we'll split with both NFC East teams and lose one of the 3 games we're supposed to win. That sounds Washington as hell. That sounds on brand and on par for who we are as the Redskins football team commanders. We'll go lose to the Saints, but beat the Eagles and beat the Falcons and beat the Cowboys. We better not get swept by the Cowboys. That's going to leave a nasty taste in my mouth if we get swept by Dallas. Tavita Pritchard is our offensive coordinator in waiting, and he's hella loyal to D. I see them trying to slowly roll him out and give him more media access too. I peep your game, Washington. I see what we're doing over there. And for all the hype we've heard about him, Tavita Pritchard had a lot of play calling experience in his time in Stanford too. So I can see that being the thing. We need our licks back against Philly and Dallas. Those are the ones I have circled. Atlanta's going to be interesting. That's probably the game I pop out to. I'm going to have hella Falcons friends at the game. I wonder if it's going to be Michael Penix or if Kirk and the Falcons get their lives together over these next couple of weeks before that one. Definitely need licks back versus Philly and Dallas. Terry needs more targets against the Eagles this time. Oh, and we need to move him around. I need Terry getting targeted 13 to 15 times that day. We need to tattoo his chest with targets for the rest of the season. I want Terry finishing the year with like 12 or 1,300 yards, 12 or 13 touchdowns. And he's at just under 900 and 9 touchdowns, a career high for touchdowns right now. He's second in the league behind Jamar Chase, who has 13 touchdowns right now. I need it. He would have had touchdown number 10 in his first double-digit touchdown season on Sunday if Jayden didn't kind of ground ball that first down at the end of the 4th quarter on Sunday. But Jayden knew, he know those 2 throws that he wanted back from Sunday. If he leads Noah Brown up the left sideline and not out of bounds, that's a touchdown. And if he leads Terry over his shoulder, rather to the ground, he's walking in for a touchdown. Would have been a 5-touchdown day, but it's all good. He completed both passes. He saw it immediately, patted his chest and smiled like, that's on me. I love that. I love that, man. I think you're right. Cliff will wait at least another year to put himself in a position where he'll have full control, And the thing we don't know yet, we keep hearing all about this outside interest. Nobody knows if Cliff even wants to be a head coach again. It's all fan and media driven. We don't know that he wants to be that guy. I can't see us losing to Philly twice this year. I think we need to bring the black uniforms back out, and we need to treat that shit like do or die. You know how fans say, oh, y'all treat this game like it's your Super Bowl. We need to treat that game like it's our Super Bowl because they must be stopped at some point. They look like they want to win the Super Bowl right now. They must be humble and stopped in their tracks at some point. But we'll talk about Philly when we get to them. Jayden had the flu in Philly and Dallas, and his ribs were still so. You said he had the flu? Is this true? Because that would be the first I heard of this. But if you're fam, you may know something then better. But he's back. He's back now. If we went out, we are definitely going to the Super Bowl. I can't make those type of assertions, but boy, would I be hyped as hell going into those playoffs. Bro, fully healthy now. I know I will say I wish with all my ability for the Seattle to win the NFC West and us to end up with the 6th seed, because going to Seattle is something this organization, like, I need it, bro. I've seen those fuckers end our season 3 times before. Heartbreaking fashion each time. In 05, that was if Carlos Rogers catches the pick 6 game, we probably win that game. 07, the weird ass Todd Collins game where we went on a run and took the lead in the second half, and then that game went to absolute hell. And we don't really need to relive the memories of the 2012 playoff game where Washington held the 14-0 lead early in the game. RG3, I think, tears his ACL in the first half, stays in on it, and then completely tarnishes the rest of the ligaments in his knee when the snap hit the ground and his leg played twister. I remember sitting in that stadium. The little stadium usher had to come to me at my seat like, you guys, it's time to go, big fella. I'm sorry. I was just sitting there with my hand in my face, just like, oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. This is over. Like, we're done. This is done. Like, he's never going to be the same. And that ended up being the case. Hate that it played out that way, but I want Seattle, man. I want the Seattle Seahawks so badly in the playoff. Here's the thing with Cliff. He wanted a 3-year deal, and Vegas only wanted to give him 2. So when Magic called, he came here. So I think he'll at least fulfill his contract. I think it's possible. I also think Cliff would rather head coach college than the head coach the league. That's me personally. I think he's more comfortable being the head coach of that. Being an NFL coach is stressful as hell, bro. I don't know if he wants that. Everybody's locking him in for the Chicago Bears job. I don't know, man. I don't know if I see that. Appreciate you, my guy. I want Jayden to get more. I need 20 over these last 4 weeks. One of my objectives, like playoffs 1, rookie of the year 2. You can attach this to the rookie of the year thing. I need Jayden to throw for a minimum of 5 touchdowns in these last 4 games. You know what would be fire? If he threw 8 or 9. And gets up to 23 touchdowns on the 23 touchdowns on the season. But I need 20 touchdowns. I need another rushing touchdown or 2. We're going to get there, though. We're not finishing under 20 touchdowns passing this year. We're going to get there. We got to get them numbers padded. We got to stack them up. We got to go to New Orleans and assert our dominance and impose our will on a sorry football team. Rio, remember everything. That's a lot of trauma. It doesn't leave me. I can remember random second downs, I can remember random second downs from games because I've been heartbroken so many times. I've become numb to it. I can spit out everything that happened in these stupid ass games, man. As much as I'm excited for the playoffs, I think next year will be a better chance for us to go deep. Yep, but it's all a part of the process. So we got to enjoy this shit. We won 4 games last year. We ain't seen the playoffs since 2020. We should be ecstatic that this rookie regime can come in and give us a chance to play meaningful January football. We should be excited as hell. If we punch our ticket, we should come on and celebrate. We should be excited. We should go outside with our colors on and pride, and we should let everybody know we're here because we're not supposed to be here yet. We're not supposed. That's why ultimately I'm not too mad at that they haven't beat anybody yet because we're supposed to be those nobodies. We were supposed to win 5 games this year. We're 8-5, and we had some games that we really could have won that we didn't. But enjoy the process, man. Brick by brick. Remember, Cliff went on a walkabout in Thailand. Pretty sure he don't want that head coach straight. Yeah, my man bought a one-way ticket accompanied by a baddie and said, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Make sure the check clears. So we don't know that old Cliffy wants to be a head coach. So let's rein in on what we do now. We're here right now. We're 8-5, early December, no game this week. We're back at it at New Orleans next week, man. What player do y'all want to see take off in the final 4 weeks of the season? Who do y'all think steps up to the plate, answers the bell, and turns up for these final 4 weeks? That's my question to y'all in the chat right now. What player do y'all think does that? Nah, it's not that. Chill on that talk, bro. We're not that team anymore. Oh, yeah. Kirk taking that knee before the half is still with me. You know which one? First Philly. Did JD really want to go to the Raiders, though? We're on camera. Hey, oh yeah, good question. Hey, I would love to know that because I know he knows and loves Antonio Pierce. Did he really want to go to the Raiders? My guy, legacy, talk to me. But so Luke, okay, Luke, B-Rob, a Luke McCaffrey breakout takes the offense to the bro. A 7-catch, 91-yard touchdown game from Luke McCaffrey would make this team, it would be kumbaya in the streets. You know how many people are going, oh my God, I told you. Because we've been calling it every week. We get like 10 people in the chat weekly. Luke breakout game incoming. Luke touchdown game coming. If Luke breaks out, it changes things. This is who I was going to say. Dyami Brown, especially if Noah Brown's shoulder or whatever he got going on is serious. I think Dyami Brown pops out for another. You know how he's only good for 1 game a year? I think he pops out for a second one because he's going to get another opportunity to. They're slowly dialing up his targets. They're slowly ingratiating him with the ball. I think it's going to be Dyami. Terry, I want them to keep targeting Terry. Somebody else got to, though. We know Terry's going to show up over this last month. Somebody else got to pop out, man. I think Braun goes off for the rest of the year. LeBron James? Braun. Oh, B-Rob. I'm guessing they meant B-Rob. That would be fire. I need B-Rob as healthy. Man. I don't need, for one, it would make my heart feel better if I don't see Brian Robinson on another injury report for the rest of the year, because if we see him pop back up on that injury report again, it's going to be hard to beat them allegations of injury prone. McCaffrey's going to get his first touchdown next week, then get 3 more before the end of the round. That's bold. I would try to find a bet for that because that sounds like your pockets would be fruitful if you were to hit on that. Our embarrassing loss to the Bears last year resuscitated their head coach and season. Fitting our miracle win was the downfall of the coach and the season this year, especially because he went to the podium and stood on business about his shortcomings as a coach and scheme-wise that allowed the Hail Mary. But the Bears should have started over this year. You got the number 1 pick, and when you decided you're going to take a quarterback, you should have got Poles and Eberflus the hell out of there. Make Ian Cunningham the GM. Get Poles and Eberflus, exile both of them. You should have started over. Not my team, so I don't care. Fuck the Bears. We need to get a Luke touchdown like Air so bad. I know Easy Ed, Big Ed McCaffrey, he can't wait. I was listening to Ed do an interview the other day. Ed McCaffrey talking about his son, talking up the quarterback, talking about Jayden like he was another son of his. Everybody wants to see Luke get a touchdown. Hey, Luke, if you get the opportunity again, get your ass in the end zone. If you get an opportunity in the red zone at some point, get the ball over the pylon and make sure them feet are in bounds, man, because you did have a couple opportunities this year. I want to see Ertz turn the clock back. He's going to have to be a huge factor going forward for the postseason, especially. Now, when you say turn the clock back, do you mean like add a little bit of after the catch ability or something? Because I think Zach Ertz is doing fine based on what he has left physically. B-Rob needs to stay healthy. Dear, yes, he does. I don't even like talking about his name with injury next to it right now because it annoys the hell out of me. This team goes to another level when B-Rob goes off. It opens up everything. And for him to go off, we need the offensive line too, because they were parting the Red Sea for him. On that 40-yard touchdown run, all B-Rob had to do was not get caught. That's all he had to do because that shit was wide open like a Kardashian. That shit opened up with the quickness, parted like the Red Sea, and it was one-on-one B-Rob versus the safety who made a business decision, took a bad angle, and B-Rob, for the first time in his NFL career, ran past everybody. You know? Latimore, I like it. I like it. Latimore doing it. Terry with 1,300 would be so fitting, man. Imagine that. The year you finally get Terry a quarterback, he goes crazy like that. Marshawn Latimore. What if he just comes in and just stamps us at cornerback 1, comes in and shuts a side of the field off and looks like that guy we know him to be? Would be nice, man. AP has signed a lot of guys, and they've been as advertised or overachieved so far. As the prize acquisition of AP's tenure as our GM, it would be really, really nice if Marshawn could come in smoking. Luke going to be a DMV legend. You know, it don't take much. We got some legends. We be calling everybody a legend here, so it don't take much. Get in the end zone one time, you're going to be beloved. You're going to drink for free in the city until the end of time. He is the only receiver that can run a wide receiver screen on the roster right now. Diami's the only person that understands how to pick his lanes and not get caught when it comes to running a wide receiver screen. At some point, he's going to break a tackle and take one of them things to the crib. At some point, it's coming. Stay the course, Diami. He ain't it, but I think if his role is going to be larger because Noah Brown's hurt, he might make something shake. Do we bring back Eckler? He's on a 2-year contract. We got to see if – I think Eckler could consider retirement because he's getting up there and multiple concussions. He's talking about memory loss. He's talking about like some of the more severe symptoms of the concussion. He may have to take a second thought about playing football again. But that's me. I'm not him, and I don't know how his body feels. But when I heard his interview the other day, and he was talking like a guy who's considering retirement. It sounded like a soft launch for a retirement announcement, but we shall see. Seems like Diami's progressing like he was a brand new rookie learning how to play in the NFL. I don't think Diami's brought back after this season, but I think he could make an impact to close out the year. Hot take, 2 pick sixes in one game from Latimore or in general? Because if one player does that, he's going to be just crowned. Just crowned our best defender of the last 2 decades, man. We used to keep Zane Gonzalez off the field. Only touched. Oh my God. We got to talk about the kicker. God damn it. We done talked about everything you could possibly talk about on this roster. Unfortunately, 14 weeks into the season, we got to talk about kickers again. Zane Gonzalez. Are we completely out on Zane after Sunday, Or are we going to give him a pass because the game never needed him to do anything? What are we thinking about the kicker situation, y'all? What are we thinking? Oh my God, the Dominique Rogers Camardi intercept. Oh, the heartbreak. Crowder has been buried in the depths of the IR for majority of the season, and I have not once this season heard the words Jamison Crowder has been put for a 21-day activation window. So I don't know, man. We are super lit over here about Latimore started New Orleans. Jayden's return to New Orleans. Latimore going back to New Orleans. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Chase Young revenge game. What Chase doing next week? Chase about to give him a whopping 2 tackles and 1 pressure. But back to this kicker. Are we concerned about the kicker, y'all? And if so, how concerned are we about the kicker? What is our confidence level in Zane Gonzalez? Is it let's go 1 to 5. 5 being your no. 1 to 5 panic level about Zane Gonzalez. 5 being I'm panicking. 1 being or 0 being I'm not concerned at all. 5 being I'm panicking. What is our concern level with Zane Gonzalez? Because we've dealt with a lot of kicker issues so far this year. Shouldn't have put the game exactly. Stop putting the game in kickers' hands. I hate special teams players. I hate kickers and punters, bro. Don't put the game in a kicker's hand. Please rely on the athletes that are supposed to be playing football and stop leaving the game in the hands of zebras, referees, and kickers. The way my heart sank when I read the name Zane Gonzalez. So I'm seeing some 4. Oh, we're pretty concerned in the chat. We're pretty concerned. I'm seeing some 4. I'm seeing some 4s. I see a 6, 4, 5. Oh, everybody's concerned about Zane Gonzalez. So follow up. When Austin Seibert's 4 weeks on the IR are up, are you bringing back Cyborg, or are we just saying just to keep the rhythm going, we're keeping Zane Gonzalez in? Are we switching up? Are y'all putting Seibert back in the game when it's his time to come back? Go for 2 points every time like that. Well, Zane ain't missed an extra point yet. Seibert missed the extra point. The extra point heard around the world after Jayden and Terry pulled a miracle. I'm still hurt about that shit. I'm panicking about the kicker game. It would be unforgivable to see a playoff game or playoff chance be jeopardized off of the back of a kicker. Like, that's something I can't live with. Going out and watching the team have a bad day, I can live with it. Going out and watching us get outsmarted, out-schemed, and outplayed by a better opponent, that I can live with. Us losing because of the incompetence of a kicker, I cannot live with, because I think kickers should be abolished from football. Justin Tucker, the greatest kicker of all time, he has 8 misses this year. 8 missed field goals this year, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Divisional games and playoff kickers do matter. This is true. This is true. Everybody panicking. Oh, so we're crashing out about the kicker position, man. No punting, no field goal. So you want it to be like earlier this year. We were so spoiled earlier this year. Yeah. How many people were infuriated watching Zane Gonzalez playing with his little weak ass cowlick in his hair, like before he put his helmet on? Like, put your helmet on and kick the football, bro. What is Zane Gonzalez doing? The kick was far. He missed a 51 and a 42. They weren't the easiest, but no, you're a kicker. You have one job to do. You're a kicker. Kickers kick. Rich Eisen says kickers are people too. He says that for people like me and you, Paul. Kickers are people too. And you know what I also say? Fuck them. Remember Dave Chappelle from the Pop Copy Spit? Because fuck them. That's why. That's how I feel about the kicker position, man. Don't leave games up to them. But in a playoff game, it's going to matter. Let Trustway kick field goals. I imagine if this was a realistic option, they would have tried it a long time ago. I'm signing a third kicker and having another kicking competition. Kicking competition in December is crazy. We're in December. We've already ran through 6 kickers this year. Adding a 7th might end me. It might end me at this point, man. Yep, you do got to be able to rely on it. Should be easy. It should be free money. At this point, it's a lot. Jaden Daniels for Rookie of the Year. I think it's close, but this is the guy. This is the guy of the rookie quarterback. Bo Nix is hooping, but this is the guy. This is the aura. This is the showstopper, the superstar. As long as he doesn't have any repeat performances like his game at Philadelphia, we should be good on that front. Joey Sly, we are sorry. Joey Sly still sucks too. What up, Duncan? Appreciate you, my guy. The reason your kicker is so important is because your offense sucks. Matter of fact, your stadium sucks too. First of all, our offense and the stadium are two drastically different things. Y'all may have slowed down our offense when we seen y'all a few weeks ago, but our offense does not suck at all. You know, our rookie quarterback doesn't have the fortune of being Black Alex Smith like Jalen Hurts does. All Jalen Hurts has to do is hand the ball off, throw slants, and run quarterback sneaks. Y'all got Saquon Barkley over this joint, who should be the MVP of the NFL. And 2 very good receivers on the outside. You protect the guy, and a very good tight end in Dallas Goedert. Our offense does not stink, Duncan. Our offense is one of the better offenses in this league. But we need some time to build a beast around Jayden like y'all built the beast around Jalen Hurts. Y'all built it up so much around Jalen Hurts that it covers up a lot of the deficiencies in his game, and it makes Jalen Hurts look like a lot better of a quarterback than he actually is. Appreciate you as always, Duncan, for keeping it real, and we'll see y'all in a couple weeks, goddammit. We'll see y'all in a couple weeks. When I saw that OCD, then I got worried because that means it has to be perfect or he can't do his job. Super OCD. I don't need kickers doing weird shit. Like Austin Seibert, you could see it from a mile away. He was missing that extra point because he looked terrified. He looked like he owed somebody money as soon as he came out on the field. A 50-yard kick is status quo now. You got to hit those. Exactly. He messed with his hair for 2 minutes straight. I know, man. Like, you don't even got enough hair, a little weak-ass cowlick fade. Like, what we doing, bruh? You wear a helmet. I know you don't really have to wear a helmet that much as the kicker, but throw your helmet on, go out there and make that shit. We need to draft a kicker at some point. We got to get our own kid kicker in here in like the 5th or 6th round and never look back at the kicker position ever again. Fuck them. That's why I need that on the shirt. Fuck them. That's why I would wear it. Make them burgundy and gold kickers. Fuck them. That's why shirt. I would wear that shit. Yep. He is what we have. It is what it is. And this is the truth. And he probably is the guy if we make the playoffs too. It's probably Zane Gonzalez's world over this last month, man. How are we on our 7th kicker? You got to show like the first kicker. You got to put McManus on the screen. I bet you're wondering how I got here. We've been running through kickers like crazy. This has to be historic for the amount of kickers we've acquired in 1 year. We need to sign Destroying. Hey, Big Head, appreciate you for the 199 Super Chopper City 22. Didn't Destroying get hurt in his first UFL game kicking? He not even built for the NFL. He not even built for it, man. They definitely want to pass that torch on to our boy 5 to be the face of this thing, man. Did you know Pepsi is giving Rookie of the Week WWE belts? Yep, we got 8 of them. We got 8 of them at the crib. Bo won 3 in a row these last 3 games, and we got 8. 1 more off the record, 2 more off of having it solely, 1 more to tie it. But yep, the belts look cool. They look cool as shit. I like that. I like that they did that. Nice little touch to it. But I'm excited for next year. I'm excited for right now. I'm excited for right now because we're possibly playing a real playoff game for the first time since 2015. COVID year, not counting that playoff game, we should not have been in the playoffs that year, even though we did play well that game. We haven't played a real playoff game since 2015. We're coming up on a 10-year reunion for it, man. So I'm excited for right now. We can get excited for next year when we get there. 2024 is still alive, y'all. They are assing it up around the league as like they're in union right now. They're in they're in unison, assing it up as kickers right now. I hate kickers, man. I hate them. Let them know, Rio. You know, Jayden not playing in the Panthers game messed up. It skewed the stats. It made it look like there was a competition along the way. Come on now, his first drive of the game, he runs for 47 yards, and we ended up beating that team 40-7. He missed a stat padding game. We made up for some ground versus Tennessee Titans this week, but yes, the Panthers game is what threw a monkey wrench in the production of his rookie season so far. Jalen hurts his ass. Philly better hope Saquon stays healthy because that's the only reason they're winning. Ass is aggressive. But I don't think he's elite at quarterback things. We need a YN at kicker too. I don't think they make those, Radar. I don't think you're going to see no crash out George Pickens type kicking the football. There's going to be some skill involved to YNs out there. Jalen Hurts equals Draymond Green surrounded by good play. And that's Jalen for Jalen. Hurts has the tush push on lock. Shit's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. You know? Right. They act like that shit is in his face. That little ass fade. Yeah, a little weak ass cowlick, man. That shit blew me, bro. I hate kickers so much. I do too, bro. I used to hate him when I played too. What up, Ebony? How you doing today? How are you feeling on this Thursday afternoon? Damn, I'm just looking up at the time. We've been here for almost 2 hours just kicking it on a Thursday. I bet you're wondering how I got here. Now we're on kicker 7 and shit. McManus with 1 miss on the year got me on my feelings. Next time, I hope we see it through instead of dropping it immediately. Yeah, man, but we here, though. Duncan said, yesterday I made Lou, I'm talking about Louis T, cry because I pointed out that no matter what plans are drawn up, Washington is too stupid to implement them. By the way, I think you and Louis are frauds too. Meh. Okay. That's how you feel, Duncan? That's how you feel? Enjoy this high you guys are on because the downfall is going to be juicy and it's going to be glorious. And I cannot wait to see it. We will see y'all again when y'all come to Northwest Stadium in a couple weeks. I need the team in all black for that game because I can't have y'all sweeping this version of this team, man. What up, Oscar? Started voting for the Pro Bowl last night. Voted for every Skins player eligible, but I couldn't bring myself to vote for Benjamin St. Juste. The honesty in me, I won't even let myself vote for players that I don't think is a Pro Bowler. So my Pro Bowl ballot looks like Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Frankie Louvu, Tyler Biotish. End. That's the end. That's my Pro Bowl voting. I voted for 4 of us. Jayden, Terry, Louvu, Biotish. That's it. Even though Biotish been slumming the last couple of weeks, he's had a good season. And he's like the anchor of that offensive line. Hey, man, Duncan be talking this shit, man. Duncan always get down like that, though. I know you ain't talking about me. I speak facts. You see, you can't trust Duncan because he has 3 N's in his name. Duncan with 3 N's just sounds like an untrustworthy type of character. That sounds shisty. That name gives me used car salesman vibes. Like he'll tell you anything to sell a dream. 3 N's in Duncan, that's an untrustworthy character right there. He's part of the family, though, you know. Everybody got family. We all got little dumbass cousins that we invite to the function. We all got the cousins that we hope don't show up to your kid's birthday party, shit like that. You know, that's Duncan, you know, but he's still family. And at the end of the day, it's all love, you know. Duncan's a day one. He's a day one rambler. So despite the fact that he likes the wrong football team, he is family. Is all family created equally? Absolutely not. Chin for the Pro Bowl? I wouldn't be mad at it. But I didn't vote for him, though. Him and Wagner could hop in on some reserve type shit. But when I think players that should start in the Pro Bowl, I think we got 3 and a possible. And I think Biotish is the possible. I think Luvu, Terry, and Jayden should start in the Pro Bowl. Period. And I love that we have one of the more marketable quarterbacks in the whole conference. Eagles. Start, because voting for the Pro Bowl mostly is starters, and then the reserves are picked. When I'm voting, I'm saying who I think should start in the Pro Bowl. Because isn't the initial vote for starters? St. Jude shouldn't even be allowed to watch the Pro Bowl. You talk about his channel blacks out when it comes on. And I just want to see Pro Bowl week and see our quarterback out there having a good time, chopping it up, planting some seeds for future free agent acquisitions in the future. You know, it's a flag game. I want to see Jayden in the precision passing, throwing the ball at the bullseye and shit. I want all that for us, bro, because I'll actually tune in this year to that shit. Wide receivers got to stop dropping shit. We should only have 1 loss, or is it just me? Yep. Woulda, coulda, shouldas. But ultimately, well, Jeremy Reeves is going to make the Pro Bowl as well. I forgot about him. He's definitely going to make the Pro Bowl. But I'm not here for the woulda, coulda, shouldas anymore. We lost those games. We can't get those games back. I'm looking ahead of me and not behind me. There's no point of looking at the rear view at this point. We gotta lock us up a playoff spot. You know how good it would feel to have a playoff spot locked up, like with a week to go in the season? I'm talking week 17 when the Falcons come to town. You know how good it would feel to lock up the playoffs that week? And at this point, we're just seeing what seed we're going to be. I need that. What would it have taken for Chin to make your Pro Bowl bout? I'm going to be totally honest. I forgot about Chin when I was doing it. But I think Chin has had a very good season and should get paid. I don't know if I'm willing to say Pro Bowl. Like, Frankie Louvu is going to have 10 sacks and 100 tackles. Jaden Daniels, hooping. Terry McLaurin is 3rd in the league in receiving and 2nd in touchdown. While Jeremy Chin is hooping, I don't know if Jeremy Chin is starting Pro Bowl safety caliber yet, but he's hooping now. Bates should be a starting blocking tight end. Emphasis in this sentence on the word blocking. Put that shit in all caps, because starting tight end, I don't want him starting. You know? Juice being an option is strictly because he's a starting cornerback on a winning team. Ain't no way. Yep, EB got fired from UCLA, which should be a surprise to no one because the guy cannot call offenses. JD5 going to be networking. Hey, homie, come to DC, kick it with us. We cooking. So exactly. I want to see Jayden mixing, mingling, and working the room like it's a fucking holiday party over there. I want him talking to the Micah Parsons of the world. I want him talking to the receivers and stuff like, yo, we got a vibe going in DC. Let me tell y'all about this guy, Adam Peters. Let me tell y'all about Dan Quinn and company, man. I want Jayden down there campaigning, politicking, and potentially recruiting, you know, not tampering, but tampering. If you know, you know. Broncos fans, after JD5 take the Heisman and the Rookie of the Year, I personally think we should fire Dan Quinn and hire Matt Eberflus. In my opinion, he is just bad. I needed a good laugh today. JD5 won't be at the Pro Bowl. We'll have a game in New Orleans the week after, bro. Oh, that would be that would be fucking amazing. That'd be amazing. Tell that Duncan. Rep sucks. Love my guy Duncan, man. He's always here to stir the pot. Louvu, the only Pro Bowl rep on defense in my book, if we're looking at the whole NFL. Same. And I agree. That's why I said that Louvu looks all pro-like. Like that looks the part. Like that looks like a Pro Bowl linebacker. I think we're going 3-1 these last 4, but we lose to a surprising team, the Falcons. I'm with that because I want Philly bad. I want Philly bad. Yes, Jayden won. Right. What a surprise. Finally, you know, It's been a 3-week hiatus from winning Rookie of the Weeks, and Bo Nix held it down for the last 3. But we're back. We're back at it, and he gets his 8th. He's now 1 off the record of Justin Herbert. Parsons said he still talks to DQ every week on his podcast. He wants to follow. The problem with the Michael Parsons pipe dream is that Michael Parsons is never going to be an unrestricted free agent. They're going to play the franchise tag game, and if he moves, it'll be a trade. And Jerry Jones would never in his existence trade a prime elite player to DC. So I don't see any way Parsons ever gets to DC unless he's allowed unrestricted free agency, and guys of that caliber never hit unrestricted free agency. So maybe, but I don't think that's a real opportunity. They were going 3-1. A surprise. The Falcons, I can see that. I would love that though, because that would mean we beat Philadelphia, and that would mean we hit 11. St. Juice traded to the Couch Bowl. You know, Jayden been competing with Bo Nix since high school. Max Prep, we sick of Bo Nix. Max Prep Dave. You know, he could demand a trade, but there's not a shot in hell Jerry Jones would trade. Elite players don't go within the division. Conference, yes. You will never see an elite player traded to a divisional rival. Like, that shit is unheard of. I don't think Madden would allow that. My favorite part of Louisville is when they said Lord Brunson said Bond was better. And in the Eagles game, Bond was outshined by Louisville, and it wasn't close. While they did dominate on defense, Louisville looked like one of the best players on the entire field that night. And Zach Bond is having a year. They're already talking about Zach Bond getting up to $10 million a year in free agency going forward. But imagine what a Louisville would command on the open market after what he's showing as a pass rusher and an off-ball backer. Go watch Jayden Under Armour All-American game with Dion and Bo's daddy. Started Bo over Jayden. Oh, man. Oh, so this is how I know this is fam for real. This is how I know this is for real Jayden's family, because that type of thing, you're not pulling that out of your pocket on a Thursday afternoon. That's the type of family shit you don't forget. Like, oh, we're getting our lick back for sure. We're getting our lick back for sure. I'm going to definitely go check that out. Parsons can dream. Hey, dream on, guys, but that shit ain't never happening. That shit, like, I'm going to look at it again. We're never getting Micah Parsons, gang. Unless he gets traded to a team next year before his 5th year is finished, and then they allow him to go to unrestricted free agency, or he goes to another team and then requests a trade. There's no way in hell we are ever going to get Micah Parsons. And reaching out to touch you guys on your shoulder, it ain't happening, y'all. It ain't happening, y'all. Barkley to the Eagles was not a trade. Barkley to the Eagles is not a trade. Barkley is a running back. A running back is the most devalued position in the league. The Giants did not trade Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles. They let him test free agency because he's a running back. An elite pass rusher, edge rusher, is not the same as a running back, you know? It's not even close to the same thing at all. It's not even close to it, you know? Bro don't like to lose. That's how I like my quarterbacks, man. That's an ultimate competitor type shit. I just want you to see the type of dog Jayden is when he's comfortable. He's locked in, man. He's locked in. His focus is crazy. And he has fun on the field, and I love that shit. Like, his smile is always there. He's always talking to opponents on the other team. I love that shit. A lot of the greats are the same way. I love it. You know? Parsons talked too much on that podcast. He does say a lot, and he says a lot of things that it's cool hearing it from a player, but a team would not want you to be putting that type of information out. But I like players taking their power back and having podcasts. As a content creator, I love that shit. I screamed all the season for Barkley. Can you imagine Saquon here? Oh, my God. Can you imagine Saquon with Jayden? Oh, my God. We'd be Philly right now. Yep. We would be Philly right now. Good God. JD5 wakes up on Sundays, extra locked in. He'd be ready. He'd be locked in. And he knows when he fucked up. Like, he pats his chest immediately, raises his hand. He looks at him like, yeah, that's me. That's me. Accountability. You're never gonna see him step to the podium and be like, man, if niggas was catching the ball today, like you're never gonna see that from 5, man. You're never gonna see that from 5. An older defensive end over Parsons. I mean, that's our realistic options because Micah Parsons is not an option for us. We're never gonna have a chance to bring Micah Parsons here, and that's fact. Give me Higgins and an older DE. Give me a younger DE. Give me one in the draft or something. Give me a young boy. Slow your roll, everyone. You all haven't won a Super Bowl since 1983. You win one in the next, like us, then you can open up you all's pie. What you got, Washington? Duncan, y'all have won one Super Bowl in your lifetime, in your existence. You know, I wasn't alive to watch Super Bowls being said, but you've won one. And y'all embarrassed the whole division after y'all lost to the Chiefs because y'all pretty much threw a parade and peacocked with your chest out all year saying, we almost beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Y'all embarrassed all of us in the NFC East celebrating a loss in the Super Bowl. So until you win another one, y'all need to fucking relax too, because y'all are way too excited telling me that Jalen Hurts almost won a Super Bowl. You know, I almost hit the lottery once, you know, but I didn't get 3 numbers right. So I didn't hit that shit. So what did I do? I lost. You either win or you lose. I don't care how well you played the game. Y'all went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and y'all wear that shit like a purple heart on your uniform, on your Letterman jackets. We almost beat Mahomes. We had them. It was the refs. It was this. It was that. No, I don't want to hear any of that shit, man. Jaden's introvert. He's an introvert. Hanging out with him. You're going to watch him all day. We're playing NCAA. That's what's up. Tell Jayden to pull up on my channel. We don't got to go live where there are 1,000 people talking. We could do it pre-recorded. Tell Jayden pull up on the boys' channel. Come pull up with a real one, bro. I saw him with Janky, bro. Tell him come rock with him. Tell him come rock with some long-form content creators on this side that know the squad, man. I was just talking free agency as much as I like looking at rookies. Who knows what AP is going to do, but I support it. Yeah. I'm here for you. And Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong are solid. We got to get somebody freaky in that pass rush, man. We got to get somebody freaky over there. From the Bears. Duncan had to pay for that. You must think of your investment. NFC Jets equal the Eagles. The Eagles, you know, they're good. So I'm guessing you meant like Rex Ryan's Jets because the current Jets are ass. That Hail Mary was a tragedy. But Hurts played phenomenal. I will honestly say Hurts outplayed Mahomes in that game, but Mahomes made winning plays and Hurts didn't, and that was the difference. As we stream in the Lions-Packers game tonight, yeah, we're going to probably do that. We're going to do a watch party. I'll set it up. We're about to end this stream right here. Make sure y'all smash that like button for your guy. Smash that like button. Would I want Trey Hendrickson in free agency? Would I want one of the best pass rushers in the league? Absolutely. New Ryan Kerrigan? Hell yeah, I'd want Trey Hendrickson. Sign me the hell up and pay whatever the price is. Yes, bring his ass if we were interested in such. In 2 years, we will be King fucking Kong in this division. Eagles will be washed, and we'll be back to being just the Eagles. Can't wait. Do we keep Sanders still on the outside? I think so. I think he's finding a home there. He did get beat a couple times versus Westbrook and Keenan, but it comes with the territory. All cornerbacks get beat. I think I keep him out there and put Noah on the inside. I don't think I want to give Noah Igbenogany the responsibility that comes with being an outside corner. I hit the like button 2 times thinking it's double the like, but it ends up unliking. Oh, for those who haven't smashed the like button yet, smash that like button. We about to wrap this one up. But Ryan Kerrigan is doing great work with those guys. I appreciate. Oh, my God, EB coming in at the buzzer. My God, we are never worthy when you come in and go crazy like this. Thank you, my brother, with the $99 donation. My boy coming in at the last minute before the stream finished. That's what I'm talking about right there. I'm not worthy. It is greatly appreciated, my brother. How are you doing out there today? The conversation has been all over the place today. We've went from Jayden winning Rookie of the Week and potentially winning Rookie of the Year, Marshawn Latimore, Emmanuel Forbes, bag of bones body out there running around in a Rams practice uniform, to all kinds of stuff. EB getting fired. What a way to close out this one, man. We had fun. Eric Barber, they said EB is Jeff Bezos' brother because he be coming in hot. And oh, man, I'm so grateful for y'all. This channel goes because of people like EB and the rest of you. We have some fun. Let's go live and have us a watch party non-Washington edition tonight when the Packers and Lions run it up. We about to end this one. I'll see y'all tonight for a watch party. Let's watch some Thursday night Amazon Prime football. Shout out to EB. Shout out to all of y'all that pulled up. We had over 500 for majority of this over 2-hour stream. Shout out to Jaden Daniels. We got Jaden Daniels' family allegedly in the chat. We're going to see. And no Washington football this week. We're going to do Rio Red Zone on Sunday, and we're doing Watch Party non-Washington tonight with Lions Packers. Go Lions. Honolulu Blue in the chat. I will catch y'all a little bit later. I'll be live at 4 o'clock on Josh Taylor's channel at JTFB Josh Taylor. We're going to be live doing the same thing I just did here on his channel. I will catch y'all in a little bit. Love y'all. Have a good evening, and I will see y'all later. Appreciate y'all. Your boy is